Hey guys, back from Orlando covering the Tampa Bay Lightning esports event this weekend. Had an absolute blast, but it is Monday. It's time for Market Monday. We're going to go through everything that I see on the market, the things that I think you should invest in now to make yourself some coins or save yourself some coins in the near future. So guys, if you enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel and check me out on TikTok. Link is down below, No Sleeves 12. Go give me a follow. All right, let's get into the video. Now, I talked about these sets in the video this weekend, but I really need to harp on it now because there's about 8 hours left. So if you're watching this video on Monday when I release it with notifications on, you're going to have a bit of an advantage here, and then we'll get into some of the other cards I think that throughout the week will be of value to you. So this one specifically, the Silver Player Bonus Set, you want to make sure that you trade in any untradeable cards right now that are silver. Silvers that are untradeable have no value to you other than to cash in for gold players, and obviously getting 4 players for 12 is a much better value than getting 2 for 8. So you want to make sure you get rid of all of your silver players here. In my opinion, because of this set, you can sell silver players for about 500 coins, and if you have any tradables, I would probably go ahead and do that because I think they're a little bit more worth it. However, with the upcoming team builder set that's got to be coming very shortly, you might want to just hold on to those gold players or do this set entirely. That one's going to be up to you, but just something to keep in mind. You definitely want to do this set before it is gone. Get rid of all of your silver cards because, like I said, they just don't have any value for you. All right, next is the Power Up Icon Exchange set. This obviously came out this weekend. I did mention it in my weekend video. However, I just want to harp on this because there's only 8 hours left. You want to make sure that you are selling any of the cards that you could use in this set. It is not worth it at all. They're going for about 55,000 coins, 60,000. And honestly, it's because there just isn't a lot of icons. Icons are so hard to be pulled this year. I mean, even every year they're hard to pull, but if it requires 5, that's 300K for your shot at Mario and Gretzky. And, there's 63 different icons, so the odds of actually getting them are insane. Now, if you have any untradeable ones, that changes things quite a bit because that I would go ahead and throw any in. Obviously, not Mario and Gretzky, but if you have, let's say, Carbonneau, Brindamore, those kinds of ones, just throw them in here if you have 5. If you don't have 5, let's say you have 4, I would spend 60K for the shot at, Solani or Gretzky or Lemieux, a couple others, but those are the big ones, for example. And then any of the other ones, just sell them for 60K or whatever you can get, because once the set is gone, they are going to plummet back down in price. And then the X Factor set. So I've been kind of wrestling with this one because I have a lot of untradeable X Factors that I will never use, and I'm just wondering if it's even worth it to just throw it in there. I think it is, but the only issue is, like, if you don't have, well, let's say you have a very good team. Let's say you have McDavid. Let's say you have McKinnon. Like, there are very few X factors. We'll take a look at my team. There are very few X factors that at the end game are, like, worth actually spending all of the coins up to now. Because you're talking, like, you need, like, 25 to get up to, like, the mid-90s right now, 25 collectibles, and that cost is just absurd. So, like, if you have McDavid, you have McKinnon, even Matthews. I've been messing around with this Matthews. I still don't think he's worth the cost. But Barzal would be another one. If you've got all those guys, I really don't think it's worth doing that one. But if you don't have them, then yeah, definitely trade in your untradeable ones. If you have McDavid, you're just not going to use this, so. Okay, now in the Team Builder set video I did on Friday, I mentioned that it is very likely that we get a Team Builder set either this week or next week very soon, because it looks like when the 94s were released, it was 2 months from the launch date of the game, and we're 2 months from the 94s now. I believe it happened on the 16th, which means as of recording of this video, that's the 14th. So this week would be my bet that we get the Team Builders, the 98s, and when the 98s come out, guys, obviously those are the best cards in the game, or among them. Like, there's no way around it. Because of how the overalls work, they're just going to be incredible. So here is what I would recommend you guys do. And you want to start now, especially if you're going to try and get them. If you're free to play or you start around the holiday season, honestly, it's not worth it. It honestly isn't, because you're going to have to collect pretty much every team or do multiple divisions, and that is just going to cost so much. Like right now, let's pretend you don't have any cards. It's going to cost you there's 726 cards. If you average them out for about 1,500 coins each, which is just not going to be the case once they're actually released, that's 1.1 million. If they're 2,000 on average, that's 1.45 million. So you see how, like, insane it gets up in cost. And now, obviously, that's if you have none. But, like, let's take a look here at the 80 to 82s, all right? The 80 to 82s, what you want to do is go to League and then choose NHL, and you want to be buying any of the 80 to 82s that are for 1,500 coins. If you are going to try and make these, you want to do it now, because what's going to happen is once these cards are actually usable, you're gonna see these spike to like 2 to 3K. Some teams are gonna go over 4,000 coins each for these cards. Now for the 74 to 79s, same situation. So if you go down to 74 to 79s, NHL is the league type. Anything under 1,000 really is the best, but you can actually go lower than that. But 1,000 is where I would start, and there's really only 4 up right now. Okay, so you want to be buying all of these because these will shoot up to about 1,500. And if you're not going to make any of these, I'd be buying them right now to flip them once the team builder sets are released, because there's no way. Think the amount of the player base that is going to be trying to make these, there just isn't enough of these on the market to actually handle the demand. So definitely something you want to invest in right now. This is going to give you the most amount of coins in the near future. Also, talking about preparing for future events, team of the season is still about a month or two away, right? However, what you want to do is take a look at the 90 overall cards, because my guess is that there will be a 90 plus trade-in set, and that might be the last one. I don't know if they would go much higher than that, but these cards are going for under 43,000 coins, the 90 overalls. Now, first of all, you can actually use some of these, but there's some under 40. At 45,000 coins, guys, if they are 8 collectibles per 190 overall, that's 5,625 coins per collectible. That's 410,000 for a full master set player. That's obviously an insane value. And if you go even lower than that, I mean, obviously, if you can get your cards for 42,000, buying a bunch of 89 or a bunch of 90 overalls, that's just an insane price to me. Like, I don't know how people aren't noticing that. I think that they're not preparing, and I think that you're going to miss out, on a extreme value here. I mean, like, at 43,000, that's 5,375 per collectible. That's under 400,000 coins to make a master set player from scratch in the next few events. So definitely something you want to look out for. Any of the 90 overalls that are going for 45,000 coins and under, definitely take advantage of. And if you're not trying to, prepare for the future events, let's say you're, again, like a holiday team, the 90 to 99 overall cards are great value. Like Brant Clark for 41,000 coins, absolutely. Like if I'm trying to get a defenseman, a right-handed defenseman, absolutely a phenomenal value, guys. This is where you're going to find all the values, not down in the lower overalls. It's the 90 and above, because they're not required specifically for a set. I mean, Grabner here is a great one. 94 speed, like, at 40,000 coins, basically. Definitely where you guys want to be focusing on if you're trying to build up your team. So, guys, obviously we are coming into the end game here. This is where you're going to start saving for team of the season. All of the events are basically going to have 95 plus players, obviously saw with the Nations of Hockey, which means that all of these cards are essentially maxed out. Obviously, some are going to be better than the others, but this is where you want to save some of your cards and not really chase after a lot of the master sets. For example, the week 2 master sets of Nations of Hockey, there's none in there that I think you need to make. I think week 1 was far better. You also want to pay attention, guys, to some of the super meta cards that the guys at the GWC will be using. And I mentioned this before, like Brandon Carlo, Bowmeister from the Hockey Roots event, any of the big 6'3" and above guys that have gold shutdown, I have a feeling you're not going to see a lot of big players with gold shutdown anymore because of how overpowered it is. And maybe we do get an ability adjustment, and that could change things for sure. But definitely something you want to pay attention to, because if any of those cards are around 300K, I think they'll shoot up to like 400 or 500, because there's no way to get them anymore other than making them, but at a much higher cost. So just keep that in mind. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, guys, let me know what you think in the comments section down below. And if you have any questions as well, hop into my stream. I stream 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern time every single day, twitch.tv/nosleeves12. I'll see you guys then. Have a good one.